Okay, here we have a Sub-Zero model 315 wine cooler. Let's verify that. Yeah, 315W /STH, left hand. Okay. Now, the customer was complaining that this thing was making noise. And it's a common problem on this model because other than the fact that the thermostats go bad, when the condenser gets really dirty, which is down there, which we've cleaned, and the condenser fan motor goes bad, it gets so hot under there it melts the shroud. So we have a new shroud kit here, right there, with the fan blade and a new condenser fan motor. Alright, let's see which one that is. It's the right motor. Okay. So what we're going to do is going to take this machine apart. We're going to take the shell off, and so you can get in there and see how to do this job. First, we're going to take the door off. So just stand by and let's get some tools. Careful, these are very sharp, like razor blades. You should wear gloves. Okay, so right now I could see this has been worked on before, because that is not the original dryer, and it's got process ports on it, which means the sealed system has been worked on. And here's the shroud, and you can see it's bent. It's bent. I don't know if you can hear that noise, but that's the problem. So probably the motor's probably okay, but the shroud, it comes in a kit. But anyway, let's start taking this baby apart. Here's the knob. Here's this little piece here that goes in here like that. Okay. Well, that's missing. Somebody took this apart before, obviously, to do the sealed system work. I don't think it was us. Okay, this is about as far off you can get the cabinet to get in there to work on this fan and the shroud. The fan is held in on the bottom with these 4 screws. Unless you take all the Freon out and disconnect the heat exchanger, and then you can separate the whole cabinet, but we don't want to do that. We just want to change that bent up shroud. So first thing we'll do here is let's take the condenser fan motor out. Oh, is that the right? Yeah. Okay, Now we could pull the fan out. This is connected to the relay inside. We don't need to. I don't think I'm going to change the condenser fan motor. I just want to show you how to change the shroud. And the shroud is also held in by these screws here. Let's see. Let's see, we get in there. There's a screw. There's a screw right there. Because those screws are holding the condenser in there. So we push this here and separate this a little bit. Try to get in there. There's the screw. Okay. There's another screw up there. Wow. You can see this thing is all brittle from the heat. Well, there's also a screw right there. How is it possible to get that screw back in on the shroud unless we move the compressor, or so there's one down there, there's one there, there's one there, and there's one there. That's strange. According to the service manual, this thing is supposed to come out looser, but like I said, this is holding it in, so you don't want to drain the whole sealed system. I have to find another way to do this, so maybe. Okay, I have to do it this way. Okay, now all the condenser screws are out. Okay, so it's possible that we can maybe disconnect the compressor and drop this tray down enough so we can get to those bolts. These brackets here slide in through here and go through the compressor mounts. So you have to pull out these little clips. The problem I was having is how do we get to the front one? But now I can see the one on the front. Pull that one out. Nope, that one's still in there. So we have to pull that out, and then we can drop these brackets down and maybe get that tray down so we can get to the bolts. The service manual says extract the screws from the condenser, the shroud that go into the condenser, but how do you get there? Look at that. I don't know how you can do that. Is it possible? Anyway, I'm going to try to do it. If worse comes to worse, we'll have to pull the compressor out. Let's see how more difficult this is going to be to. So now I can get to that screw here on the bottom. It's the one on top that might be a problem, plus this one too. I just don't see, I mean, because the service manual doesn't say, it says you can just drop this down. so now I can get to this one, I can get to the bottom one. Sure is it's a major problem. I'm going to have to get some short. Let's see if I can reach this one here. It should be magnetized. Let's see if we can get that screw. There it is. Okay. I dropped another one. I had another one here. There it is. It's on the floor. Okay. So now we got all the screws except the one up on the top. How am I going to get that one out? I think I'm going to put another screw back into this condenser so I don't bend it up. Okay, just to hold that in place. That's a challenge, man. That's a real challenge. But we like challenges. Don't think I have a tool that can, a screwdriver small enough to get in there. And that's another problem with this thing, is this insulation is all dry rotted. Look, it's not doing any good. That's for the thermostat. I have some Nor. I have some insulation I can put over that protective, the heat. The thing I'm worried about right now is getting that screw out. Jeez, I never checked to see how old this thing was. Alright, so put one more screw in this condenser. Alright. I'm not seeing how that's possible to get that screw out. Like I say, I don't have a screwdriver or any kind of a Phillips head bit that can get that out. And now here's the new shroud. I guess we could maybe put a slot in there and slide it over, but we're still not going to be able to get it straightened out. Okay, let's see if we can get this one out. Alright, so now we got 1, 2, 3 screws out. Alright, so I got this little screwdriver kit here at Harbor Freight Tools. It's got this flexible shaft on here. Let's see if we can make this work. Still don't think we have enough room, because I don't know how we're going to get it in there, but okay, Phillips. it's not going to work. 'Cause look, there's no way. There's no way to get in there. Alright, so I got it out. I just don't know. I might be able to get it in, but once I put that shroud in there, I'm not going to be able to get my hand in there. That's the way it goes. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to settle for putting 3 screws in there. The only other way I see doing this is by taking the compressor out, and I think that would be very costly if you had to do this on a job. So let's see if we can get this started. Okay, got that one. Got this one. And now we have this one over here. Okay, that's pretty straight, it's pretty tight. Slip this motor back in here. Okay, now next thing is to try to get this compressor brackets back in here. They go in like this, and the compressor clips on right there. So I think it'll be alright with the 3 screws. The shroud is pretty strong. I mean, this machine was working. It's just making a noise because the shroud, look at the Okay. We'll put some screws in the sides there so that doesn't come apart. That's these. one. There's the other one. Even these motor mounts are all hard and brittle. That's going to cause a vibration. Okay, that's one. Let's get our clips. Okay, that's in. The compressor's not going anywhere. Let's try to get the front one in. There's the washer. Okay, so there's a little progress report here. Fan motor's in. The shroud only has 3 bolts holding it in. There's one up here. I can't get to it unless I take the compressor out. And even if I drill the hole in the side of the cabinet, I still don't know if I'll be able to get to it. So I'm just going to leave the 3 bolts in there. I was able to put 2 clips on the rear bracket for the compressor. I can't seem to get in there, even though I have a special kind of needle nose. I just can't get it in there because the shroud's in the way. So we're going to leave this as it is and see how it works out. And then I got this piece of insulation which I'm going to slice and put over the capillary tube for the thermostat, so it's not subjected to excessive heat from the compressor. And then we'll button this thing up and check it out and make sure it works. Alright, so I put a slot in here so I can get this over, and I'm going to slide it onto the capillary tube. You can see that capillary tube goes right over the compressor. That's better than nothing. Get another piece of insulation for here. Cover this heat exchanger like that. I'll be right back. Okay, not bad. So look, let me just go over the things I did here. We changed the shroud. We kept the same old motor. We weren't able to get the top screw in the shroud and the 2 front pins that hold in the compressor, but we got the rears in here. Sometimes you just have to make do with what you can do. And it's just the way the machine was was designed, and I don't blame Sub-Zero for discontinuing it, because there are problems, there are issues with this, very difficult to fix. If you really want to do this job properly, you have to drop the compressor out to get those screws in there, and it just seems like a lot of work, and I think a lot of technicians out there just wouldn't want to do that much work on a machine like this. It's probably not worth it. All right, so let's stand it back up, turn it on, and see how it quiets down. Okay, it's on, fan's running. Fan's running, it's nice and quiet, I don't hear any vibrations. So we're going to put the rear cover back on, put the shelves in, put the door back on, and just let it run for a while, make it, and check it out. Most likely I'll just use this wine cooler. I took it in on a trade. I'll just use it as a loaner. I have another one over there that I just got. I got to check that one out, so we'll do that in another video. Okay, it's all back together. As you can see, the unit's running. I just put a thermometer in here. We'll see, make sure the temperature's okay. And so that's the end of this video. We'll see you in the next one.